Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to continue with the programming part of IGCSE Computer Science. We're going to be looking at the May-June of 2023, the paper 2-1. Let's go to the question. All right, so here is the question. And again, I am using Python, but what matters most is the logic. Once you get the logic, you can use any programming language as required by the examination body. So you can use Java, Visual Basic, or you can even use pseudocode. But I would usually advise students to use the programming language because it's easier that way. So the question says a one-dimensional 1D array days. So let's highlight these key points we need to take note of. Days, and days contains the names of the days of the week. So days of the week. A two-dimensional array, so it's a 1D array. A 2D array named readings is used to store 24 temperature readings taken once an hour. So you're supposed to have 24 readings from, let's say, 00 hour up to the 23rd hour. So to help us visualize this, I think I'm going to put this in Excel to help us visualize the problem. Now remember that it is important to have a mental picture of what they want. Don't think programs, don't think code, just have a mental picture. Once you do that, it helps you have a clearer image of what you're going to do, and the logic becomes easier. Okay. All right, so I have done this to demonstrate, to explain to us what is required from this question. So this question says there are what? The days of the week. Of course, the days of the week are 7. That's why I've written Sunday to Saturday here. Array of the readings. So there are 24 readings for each day. I believe, yeah. It's used to store 24 readings taking once an hour for each of the 7 days. So from 00 hour to the 23rd hour. So this is the idea behind this whole program. So a 1D array average temp is used to store the average temperature for each day of the week. So for each day of the week, that is this one, you're supposed to have average temp. So for each day of the week, so this is supposed to be your average temp, which is an array as well. Yeah, average temp. Okay, that's this one. Yeah, so it's used to store the average for each day of the week. So for each of the days, you're supposed to have this. Excuse me. So for Sunday to Monday, that's the idea, calculating the average for each day. So the position of a day's data is the same in all 3 arrays. For example, if Wednesday is index 4, Wednesday's temperature readings are in index 4 of readings, which is this guy, readings here. So that's this one. Let me readings. Good. So this is readings. Index 4 of days, index 4 of readings, index 4 of average. So that is the idea. Okay. Readings, and Wednesday's average temperature is in index 4 of average. Yeah. Okay, so the temperature readings are in Celsius. So 1 decimal place. Temperatures can only be from minus 20.0 to plus 50 inclusive. All right, so that is the validation that we need to make there. Okay, so the program begins from here. So what I would do as usual, I'm going to copy this so that it becomes part of the comments that I'm going to use. Okay, but remember, you don't have to copy this lengthy thing. You don't have to use it exactly. So you can reduce it because you'll be writing on paper. Yeah, and you don't have access to the soft copy. All So let's go ahead to write our programs now. So I'll paste this here because I'm going to use it as my comment. Mentioned that earlier. And then I'll comment it out. In case you're wondering what code I pressed, it's Control /. Okay. Control / is the shortcut for commenting out in PyCharm. All right, so I'm going to be picking it one by one like this. You must use pseudocode or program code and add comments to explain how your code works. So that is why I took this. So this is enough to serve as your comment. Yeah. So just pick part of this for each of the lines, for each of the tasks you're trying to solve. Yeah. Now you do not need to declare arrays. I usually mention this. You do not need to declare variables or constants. So you may assume that they already exist, but for my case, because I want to run it for you to see, I need to do some declaration. Okay, it's important, but you know, in Python, declaration is implicit, so I will just create them and put values into them. Okay, so let me start with days. There are 7 days of the week, so I need it. The day starts on Sunday. All right, so here are the days of the week. All right, what else do we need? This part is completely not necessary the way I want to do it, but I think it helps to remove hard coding from our program. When I say hard coding, I mean using numbers inside of your code instead of putting them in a variable. So number of days is 7. So we can use 7 as a number of days, or we can use the length of the array days. So that also works. Okay, but I would like to use 7. I like to put in the number here for some reasons. For when we are testing, the array is going to be very long for us to impute. So I think it will be better off for us to just, so that we can adjust the days for testing purposes. Okay. So what else do we need? We also need to take the number of readings. You see here, where is that thing? This is the reading, this is the days. Okay, so we need to put them somewhere. Number of readings, so it's supposed to be 24. Yeah, so we can equally adjust this when we are testing, just to make the work easier for us. Okay, like this one's here, you know, I don't like to use numbers inside of my program exactly the way it is. Yeah, so this is the minimum temperature, this is the maximum temperature. Okay, so let me say mean temp is equal to minus 20.0. So max temp is equal to, I think it's 50.0, right? Readings. Now remember that before now, I would just declare it like this and begin to create 1D arrays and append the 1D arrays into the readings, and that will make it a 2D array. But I want to take a different approach, more like what you would see in pseudocodes. Okay, so I just want to put in values exactly inside of it, but not like real numbers, just to put in something inside so that I can reference them. I can reference them by their indexes. Okay, so that's the approach I think I want to take. Here. We are multiplying by let me go back to here. So the idea is this: for Sunday you need 24 of this number of days. For Monday, number of days. Okay, so this will control the number of days, number of readings, sorry. So here we're multiplying by the number that, so here we're going to have 24 as here, 24 of this, and then now we need to loop this 7 times in order to accommodate the number of days. Yeah, okay. I don't know if anybody's with me. Please be with me, okay? For so put this in a loop. You don't need um any name here, any variable here, okay, because you're not going to use it. In range number of days. Good. Okay, so let's try to do something here. Let's print this to see what it looks like, to see if we are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to run this program now. All right, so you get the idea now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24. So 24, right? Yeah, 24 of these 7 times. So if you copy this by chance, let me show you exactly what I'm trying to do here. If you copy this by chance, and you can easily do this. That's first one Sunday, second one Monday, Tuesday. That's the idea. Okay, that's the idea I'm trying to show you. So when you do this, it looks exactly like this. Yeah. Aha. So that is the mental picture I've been trying to explain. It's very important. Okay, so once you do this, you're good to go. So one more thing, we need the average temperature as well. Remember, it was mentioned in the question, right? So average temp, hope that's the way it was spelled, average temp. Now the average temp will be a 1D array, so let's leave it at that. I think I'll comment this one out. I don't need it right now. So it says input and validate the hourly temperatures for 1 week. So we need for each hour. So we need for each hour for each day. Okay. So for day, in range for in range number of days. Then for hour in range number of hours. So reading is equal to, remember it is a float. Yeah. So we take the input, and it is important for us to drop a message. Very important for us to drop a message. So I will say enter temperature between -20, right, -20.0 to 50 for which day. We're doing it for the first day, so we'll do days and then day. For the first day, it will do 24 times. Okay, but we need to also look for a way to indicate the time. At what time the hour, at our so it will show you how the hours are increasing. Yeah. Okay, so we can quickly just try this and see if that is going to work. Let me just run this. Okay, you see, so if I enter any value now, so it keeps moving. So for Sunday, it will show us for the 24 hours. You see that? and then by the time it gets to Sunday, it's going to, to Monday, to now change again to Monday. So I'll just end this. Okay, so this is for the input. The next thing is for us to validate. Okay, so while reading, so less than minus 20, so if it is less than minus 20.0, or reading is greater than 50, right? 50.0. Okay, so if this is the case, we should put the user in an endless loop. Okay, so you should print a message to indicate that there is a problem. Invalid entry. Let's add an exclamation mark to it. Enter between minus 20.0 to 50.0. Okay, so that should do the trick. All right, what else we need to do? So after doing this test, then we can now impute the reading. So we can now impute the reading. We'll do readings, that is the day, and then the hour. Yeah, sorry, there's something we missed out here. We need to take the reading again. We need to take the reading again, please. Okay, so this should do the trick for us. Okay, so let's try to do a test to see if it will work. Let me try minus 30. You see, re-enter the reading. Let me do 51. Re-enter it. Let me do 50. So that works. Let me do minus 20. Okay, so at this point everything seems to be working well, but there's something I want to try again. Let me stop this process. I want to print this. Okay, let me see what is actually happening there. Let me just print this and see what's actually happening there. Equals, sorry, reading. Yeah, so that will be okay. Is there any problem here? Unexpected type. Okay, let's see if there's a challenge here. I do 20. Okay, so it seems to be working all right. I do minus 10.8, some 4. Okay, so you see how the thing is going to go until the 24th time. Okay, and then it switches to Monday like that. All right, so I think everything is working well. Everything looks okay. Everything looks okay. Aha, everything looks okay. So let me end this here. So again, I don't need this. I'll comment it out. Okay, so we've done input and validation. Okay, so now we need to calculate and store the average temperature for each of the week. We need to do this here, okay, under this inner loop. So we need to find the sum, first of all, of the readings before finding the average. So we need to do total temp. Remember, we created it here. Total temp will be plus equal to reading. So for each of the readings, we are summing them inside of total temp. Okay. So calculate and store the average. So we've calculated the sum. Now we need to find the average for each day. All right. So average temp dot append. So we need to append this one. Append what? Total temp divide by number of what? Number of readings. Correct. Okay. So with that, we have gotten the average for each day. Now, after doing this for each day, we need to return total temp to 0 so that it can also be used for the next day. Okay, so let's test this again to see if it is working. Now remember that this testing I'm doing is just to make sure that there is no mistake anywhere, but if you are writing on paper, you of course you're not going to test, so that won't be a problem for you. Let me print this and just see what happens. Let me print average temp. Okay, for the sake of easy input, let me reduce this to 2 days and reduce this to 3 days. Okay, just for easy testing to see if everything works all right. So let's say I do 10, I do 9, I do 11 for Sunday, and then for so this one becomes the average, so which is 10 plus this is 30 divided by 3, that should give you this. So this is very correct. Yeah, very correct for Sunday. So let's try for Monday. So that means if it works for Sunday, it should equally work for Monday. Let me try that. Should give us minus 10 as well, so that works. Okay, all right, so let me continue. All right, so let me comment this out because I don't need it right now. So we need to now calculate the average temperature for the whole week. So let's do the total of the week. So week total 0. We need a loop. So day in range, which is the length of the average. Because here we need to calculate the average of the temperature for the whole week. So we need to sum each of these, that is each of these ones, and find the average. Okay. Week total plus equals average, then day. So the average for Monday, average for Sunday, Monday, all the way to the last day. All right. Okay, so finding the weekly average becomes, let's say weekly average will now be equal to week total divided by number of days. Now the next thing they say, convert all the average temperatures from Celsius to Fahrenheit by using the formula. Okay, so the style I want to use to do this is that I want to put this, I want to do average temp in Fahrenheit as an array and store everything inside. Okay, so that I can call it up later. Do you understand? Okay, I hope you do. For temp in range, for that's the number of days, this same average that we have here now, I just need to convert them to what? Fahrenheit, and append them into this array. That is the idea. So average temp in Fahrenheit dot append. Okay, so average temp, which is this one here, for that day, the average temperature of that day, okay, which is this. Remember that the average temperature is an array, so we need to pick for each day, okay, then multiplied by 9/5, then plus 32. That is this one here. So I think we can comfortably put this here, or put it down here. Good. Okay, so at this point I think we should confirm if our calculation is working well, if everything is in place. Okay, so let's print average temp both in Celsius and in Fahrenheit, so that way we can be sure that our conversion works well. Okay, all right, so let's try this and see how it works. I did a little thing here in Excel, so I tried this value. So let's use these values to confirm that everything is okay, so that before we proceed. Okay, so 12, 10, 11, 11, and then 9, 10, 11. Remember, these are arbitrary numbers I just picked, and I did some conversion here. So let's confirm if they correspond. Okay, so let's go back a bit. So here is the average in Celsius, which is 10. I mean, for Sunday 11, for Monday 10. So let's confirm for this. This is 51.8, and this 50. So we are having a little challenge here. So let's go back a bit. So let's find out what happened. See where the problem is. Temp. This is what we used. So unless we change this to day and then this to day, that's where the problem is. So let's run this again and confirm. So 12, 10, 11. And then 9, 10, 11. At this point, everything is working okay. So let's go ahead to output the average temperature in Celsius and in Fahrenheit for each day. Okay. Average temperature in Celsius for day in range, number of days, print Okay, so this will help us print the average temperature for each of the days to one decimal place using the round function. Okay, that's for Celsius. Now we need to do the same thing for Fahrenheit. I just copy and paste the lazy approach. Okay, so I just have to change this to Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Change this to in Fahrenheit. So that should do the trick as well. So let's handle the overall. Okay, so there's no need to check this program now. Let's just finish up. So print. So we want to calculate the overall average. Overall average temperature in Celsius. So the overall average temperature in Celsius, we already have it here. So we already have it here. Okay, so that's all we need to do. So we need to bring it here. So this will give us the overall average for in Celsius. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to sum up the averages. That's this one, to sum up the averages in Fahrenheit so that we can find the overall average. Okay, all right, so let's put that in week total in Fahrenheit. Let's give it 0, and then we need a loop to help us do the summing. Okay, for so week total in Fahrenheit plus equals for the day. Okay, so this is going to sum up the whole average so that we can have the overall sum of the average. Weekly average in Fahrenheit. So this will give us the overall average in Fahrenheit, and then we have to print. Overall average temperature in Fahrenheit. Okay, that would be weekly average in Fahrenheit. Okay, so this should do. So let us run this using the sample data that I have already done here. Okay, So we're using 12, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11. That's for Sunday. Then for Monday, 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. So let's go back again. So these are the averages, okay, for the day. That's for Monday and for Sunday and Monday. Okay, Sunday. So let's confirm. That's 11, that's 10. 11, that's 10. Good. Here, the average temperature in Fahrenheit. For this, you need to find, so this is the conversions, right? Conversions of the averages. So that's correct. Conversion for this, that is from this to that, and from this to that. So that works. And then the overall, this is 10.5. So let's go back and see 10.5. Okay, which is the overall? See it here, the overall average. Okay, and then here again is the overall average for the Fahrenheit, which is 10.5 and 50.9. So everything looks okay. Yep. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I want to thank you all for your attention. Please share to somebody who needs this video. Like it. Do well to send in your comments. If you have any comments, you have anything you feel that wasn't properly done, or you have a better idea at doing something, please let us know. We would love to learn together. All right, so I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye for now.